Yeah, Moana Crusaders one-sided as expected, 7-41. The Crusaders B team still too good. The Reds getting dusted in Queensland by the Blues, 26-45. A pretty weak performance for them after trying to back up their huge performance the week before against the Chefs.
The first match of Saturday was the Highlanders taking on the Rebels under the roof. Rebels had a chance to ice the game, or at least to draw the game up, and were just too scared to take it. So Highlanders
That was
lost.
to win it, mate. It was 17-all at the time. That was to win it.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It was to win it. And then the Highlanders ended up going all the way down to kick themselves, winning 20-17, and the Chiefs took the win against the Hurricanes 23-12, with the Canes missing a few stars.
In a very wet game, that one. And finally, we had the Tars defeating the Drua at our beloved Allianz Stadium, 32-18. Yeah, it was great to see the Tars with some good finishes there in the end. And the Force, as we were talking about, upsetting the Brumbies, 34-19 over in the HBF Park Fortress, which was very good for... I forget how many wins in a row. But
guys, talking points from the round. The Moana fight back in the second half, preventing the floodgates from opening, just kind of like the Canes. What do you reckon?
No, I mean... Yeah. Not like the Canes. Like last week, the Canes put on a huge score, but certainly, look, I mean, I could say I was playing Harry in fantasy this week, and Harry decided to pick up the entire Crusaders team, and I was starting to sweat profusely with the way that first half was going. I thought the second half, the Crusaders were going to put about another 50 on Moana, but wow, they had a good hard talking to at halftime, and they came out and absolutely gave it to the Crusaders. So for a good 20 or 25 minutes, they were absolutely giving it to them, and it ended up being quite a tame score in the end. I mean, still a convincing win, but huge fight back from Moana.
They lost the first half by 29 points and lost the second half by 5, and they scored their own try in the second half. So definitely on the up at that point.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say about that game, which I'm still upset about, is that we were robbed of a Whainganuku versus Whainganuku battle. Team of Whainganuku, of course, starting at 14 for the Moana, and they rested Leicester this week. So, the team are all week's been saying, boys, they were too scared to run him out against me, But, God, I would have loved to have watched that. That would have been great.
Yeah.
What we got next? Your boy, Bodie Barrett, Nels.
Oh, look, Bodie Barrett, he limped off in that one, but it turns out he's had a cut on the bottom of his foot that he had to get stitched up. Couldn't put his boot back on, so couldn't get back onto the field. But what have we got here? Reds cop the Blues. Doesn't matter that Bodie goes off, the Reds still cop the Blues.
This was just one of the headlines from, I think, the Super Rugby website. It was, Barrett limps off, but Reds cop dose of Blues.
Yeah, love it.
I guess, what were the other talking points? Yeah, we already talked about it, really. The late Highlanders penalty denied the Rebels. That was pretty big.
It's the hand of God. The hand of God was it Lockie Anderson? Lockie Anderson. Yeah, diving over and getting his hand under Sam Gilbert to deny what looked like a certain try. Kellaway also right. Absolutely exceptional to stop it from happening. But, mate, we talked in the week about Newbum, the super sub, just cheating his way through trade night, owned Sam Gilbert, and that loss of try was the karma, the fantasy god's wrath. The hand.
It's the hand of the fantasy god. That's what it was. The fantasy god stopping. He lost to me by 6 points. So if he got that try, he would have won by 4.
It's true. If you needed evidence, it was karma. It is the highest losing score of the fantasy season. So cop that.
The fantasy gods, mate. Everyone knows how that plays.
Yes.
Very good. Now, look, other aggravations. I was aggravated with the Hurricanes Chiefs game because that was the majority of my fantasy team. And as it was absolutely pouring down with water, it was a pretty lackluster affair, really. Just, all you wanted to see was the outside backs get into it, and didn't really get to see any of that. So, little devo, but still a good game nonetheless.
We also had Big Jorgo. There were a couple of girls in the stadium calling him Little Jorgo, but we were calling him Big Jorgo after his involvements in the Tars match. It's 4th straight Tars win, and he had a big hand in it. 3 try assists, and he was all over the paddock for them. He's looking seriously, seriously good for an 18-year-old.
You keep forgetting he's 18. Like, he's actually just that good. It's scary.
Big Jorgo.
It is mental. And Harry, before I'll let you bring us home with the last talking point of the round, mine was just the boomfuzz of the round. In the words of what's his name, Justin Marshall, was Langy Gleeson's. He's going in for the try. Could have just drawn and passed to Dylan Peach, but decided, I want to make a statement of this. Get on the highlight reel. Absolutely sent Ravatamunda flying. Just put the exclamation on his try, and then even greater than that was the most dangerous player in the competition, Timothy Tavatavanawa, coming off the bench. Do you remember the boomfers that he was putting on? He butchered a certain try. He had Henry Taifu running inside of him. Could have given it to him for a try, but man, did he bump off a couple of people. I forget who he put that one on. But
I think everyone should know by now he's not passing the ball, mate. He's just running and scoring.
Exactly. Why don't even run the inside line. Just stop behind him and wait to support him.
You can't rip the ball off him. That's all you can do.
But I was frothing off
boys. The decade of pain ends for the Western Force. This is surely the biggest talking point of the week. A 14 match losing streak against the Brumbies. The Western Force are now up to 6 in a row at home. They've got the Chefs in a couple of weeks, so they're just going to keep the big wins coming. But, mate, this is an upset that we thought might have been likely when the Brumbies named that weak team. And sure enough, the Force made them pay, which I love. Don't disrespect us, coming over here to our house, and they made them pay, and they did it convincingly too. And I thought Max Bury was a very, very good player, had a great night as well.
He had a great night for sure. He was very involved. But look, you heard it here first if you hadn't heard it anywhere else. They're going to beat the Chiefs in the final round at home to keep that run going.
I reckon it was all from Falaufinger's trash talk throughout the week. He said left the big dogs at home, sending the pups over. I mean, he should have said they were sending over the foals or whatever. Sending the baby horses over.
You've got to go read that if you haven't done it yet. Just Google Falaufinger articles in the last week, and the chat he was throwing was so good, so good. Just pulling zero punches. I loved it.